Hello, my dear friends. Welcome back to another amazing episode of Mindspark podcast. And today I have an interesting and amazing guest with me here today. So her name is Anna Karin, and I met her in one of the yoga sessions when she had it live for a lot of people here in Gothenburg, Sweden. And it was such an amazing, very peaceful experience. And I was so, humbled, and I really felt like a truly like a magical experience here because usually we don't get to see this kind of events happening here in Gothenburg, Sweden. Like I have been based in Sweden last 8 years, but I have never seen such kind of experience. So it was really great to witness it and to observe and experience the pain, the peace, and also the joy on people's faces later on when I tried to speak with them and asked them about the experience. So that was really great. Welcome, Anna, to my podcast, and I can't wait to get into this conversation and get to know you more.
Thank you. And thank you so much for those fine words about our yoga concert that we held this spring. And we're also
Yes.
hosting one in November 9th here in Gothenburg. So we're
Wow.
doing it again in a bigger setting. So it was really, really interesting and fun and yeah, great experience, both when it
Yeah.
comes to yoga and music. So it was a very,
Yes,
very
definitely.
fun.
Yes, yes. So those who have missed can definitely they have another second chance to attend this. Do not miss it. I will, of course, mention all the details in the description so you can check it out later on after listening to this podcast
Yeah.
episode. So let's get started, Anna.
Mm.
So I just want to know a little bit of your background. Like how was it growing here in Sweden? And you are born and brought up in Gothenburg, or you are from
No,
different part of
I'm not.
Sweden?
I'm from Örebro.
Okay.
It's in between Stockholm and
Uh-huh.
Gothenburg.
Okay.
So it's Midland, Sweden. Um,
Mm-hmm.
the fourth or fifth biggest, it depends what year you were looking at, but fourth biggest city in Sweden. So it's
Mm-hmm.
regular mid city with, yeah, very, very normal background.
Okay.
I very Svensson, as we say in Sweden.
Right, right.
and,
And what about your family? Like, yeah, how many like brothers and sisters you have? Like, how was your educational background here and childhood?
I have a younger sister. She's 4.5 years younger
Hmm.
than me.
Okay.
And I grew up with my parents in a house
Hmm.
and a couple of cats. And we had our school nearby, so we could walk to school. And
Okay.
yeah, and I practiced a lot of sports during my childhood. It was track and field and some swimming and then gymnastics. So I
Okay.
guess
Okay.
that's a little bit of that background comes back
Hmm.
into the yoga as well. When I
Yes.
now,
Right. So I understand that you're working with Volvo, right? So how did your like what was like the starting point of your career, and like how has been your experience in working in the corporate sector, so to say, here in Sweden?
yes, I started out as a teacher, so I studied to become a
Okay.
teacher in the lower grades, and I worked for a couple of years, and I also worked as a PE teacher, um, and then yeah, it just came to that conclusion that I want to do something else. So I studied web development
Mm-hmm.
for 2 years, and then I got a job at Volvo IT. So
Okay.
I started
Okay.
with IT, and yes, the kids home.
So how long have you been working with Volvo? Like,
It's 23 years.
wow,
Yes,
that's long. That's almost like a lifetime.
yes, it is.
So you really enjoy there.
Yes, I really like the culture and the opportunities because I've been moving around in the
Mm-hmm.
organization and between the entities, so there are a lot of
Right.
opportunities. So yeah,
Right.
I
Yeah, I
love
think that
it.
is the best part of even working here, even in these companies here in Sweden, that you can switch roles and you can try different things. You can try your hand at different things, and that gives you so much of growth, personal growth as well. And you get to learn so many new things, and you don't get bored, right?
No, no, no. Now, when I
Yeah.
started off as a web developer, and then I moved into communication, and now I'm
Mhm.
into digital strategy and experience. So it's yeah, I've
Wow.
had a long and very
Long journey.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, what was the point, or like, what was the day or the time when you got drawn to yoga, and what attracted you to yoga, and how did you get started with this?
Yeah, I've been curious for many years, and someone brought me to, or I went to a class myself at at a local gym. But then,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they that at that point I was not impressed.
Mm-hmm.
So about like 5 years later, a friend of mine, she brought me to this class with a very intense and very charismatic teacher.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a very physical class. So I was really hooked by then because I liked the physical training. But then she also had this level of philosophy that I could actually really yeah understand,
Connect.
and it was not too much, it was just a little bit, and it was nudging. So then I started to go to those classes every week, and then I
Mm-hmm.
was interested, so I asked some friends who I knew practiced yoga, and got some tips on films and also some apps, so I could actually
Mm-hmm.
learn to know a little bit more in the theoretical part of the postures and the positions, and some flows and sun salutes. So that was yeah. I started off digitally in my on my own, plus this
Right.
practice at the
Okay.
gym or the studio.
Right. So, do you think like this yoga philosophy is little similar to Swedish lifestyle? Because I mean, whatever I have understood, it's like Swedish people like to be. It's like they believe in slow living and work-life balance. And I think yoga also tells you to slow down and just observe yourself, your mind, and meditation. And so what are the similarities you found it like?
Yeah, I mean, we talk a lot about work-life balance and the importance of presence. And I mean, we have our careers at work, and we do have our family life is super important to us as well. You have to be present with your kids and in their activities, and you have to have a home that works. I mean, we seldom have supporting functions at home.
Yeah,
And you're lucky and fortunate if you have your parents living close by so they can support you. But I mean, that's not many of us who has that. So
yeah,
it's really important that we find every every time of the day is folded to yourself and to your family and to work, and so it's and then yoga comes in, and it's really, you really need to refill yourself, and yeah,
yeah,
get the energy to be able to keep up with all those
yeah.
duties.
Yeah, so true.
Mm.
And I have also, being from a big country, I think many of us have similar problems. Like we are always like hustle, 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 go, 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 and we are always. I mean, from childhood, I have been that raised that way, and around surrounding me, everybody has been in the same way. Like always try to achieve something, run behind something, and have a goal. And then when you achieve that goal, what is the next, next, next? That kind of.
Yeah.
But when I came to Sweden, I mean, it was completely against my nature and against my personality. But slowly, 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 I understood the importance of it, especially after having my daughter and having spending time with her. I realized how important this value of Sweden is. Work life balance is so so important, and that can completely change you as a person for the better, of course.
Mm.
So that I really appreciate that quality here in Sweden.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah,
And I mean,
yeah,
we always trust in our husbands or
mm,
partners to support equally. So it's, I
right,
mean, there's never a fight or maybe discussions about. I mean,
hmm,
whose job is more important if the kids are sick? Who's going to be home? And I mean,
mm,
we take turns, so it's going to be equal. So
yeah, yeah.
that's also
That's
a very important part, and that the systems allows that and supports, and also the employers.
Yeah, that's so good, and that is so important as well, because back in India, our culture is like mostly women oriented. So all these tasks, what are there, like taking care of kids, or cooking in the house, cleaning the house, or taking care of the house, is mostly women's
Mm,
responsibility. It's slowly, very slowly changing now in metropolitan cities,
mm,
but here it's already there. So that is also very good that there is gender equality and everybody shares, and it's not there, as you said, there's no discussion, it's already there. So
mm,
you don't have to tell someone to do it, everybody knows and everybody just follows, so there is a
mm.
lot of
Yeah.
balance and peace.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So how has yoga changed your life in the last 5 years that you are a yoga teacher and you're spreading the amazing word and changing people's lives? So like how it has changed you as well?
Yes, I've become a more calm person,
Mm-hmm.
more understanding, and more listening. I think, and I really hope.
Okay.
And also, yeah, I think I spread the calm and the peace and good. Often get to hear that spread a good spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's thanks to yoga, and I love to I love to share that with people, and also um, my best or my favorite moment in the yoga class is when people are sitting up after shavasana, and they're all like, like they wake
Oh
up,
yeah.
they're all just grateful, and the
Mm.
shift from when entering the room, someone is running, someone throwing out their mat, or you can see that they are very filled with life and the daily tasks and duties and all that. And after shavasana, the face is like plain, and it's just like peace of mind. And that's my favorite moment, and I love
Yeah.
to share that and give that to people.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I have been also practicing yoga, and it has literally saved and changed my life. I think especially women in the later age, like after like perimenopause and menopause, and I mean we have literally been running all our life, and when you introduce yoga into your life, I think it really helps you in several aspects of your life, relationships, your stamina, your being calm, and also having a lot of clarity that okay, what do you really want from life. So, and especially as you said, shavasana, I love that feeling when you just finish shavasana and you open your eyes and you just don't I just don't want to get up from the mat. I would
Mhm.
just want to hold on to that feeling and be in that without talking to anyone, or just be calm. It's
Mm.
amazing.
Yeah, and to
Yeah.
bring that feeling with you for the rest of the day, and hopefully also into the next day, and then or start
Yes.
off the day with a moment on the yoga mat, or just like gather your mind and bring the good energy
Right.
for that day.
Right. But I'm curious, like, have you traveled to India or any other of these places and experienced yoga?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I've been to India several times, and through work lately, and every time I go there, I attend some classes or invite some teacher to give me some practice and some training and some experience of the real the real stuff. So
Yes.
it's really interesting to mix this with my own and our European interpretation of the practice, because we tend to adapt it to ourselves and to our environment, and I find the India yoga more traditional and very
Mm,
strict, and
mm,
it's a good mix to
yeah.
experience that and bring more of that flavor into to my practice and my teaching.
Yeah. True.
Mm.
And have you heard about Isha Yoga, which is there based in
Yes,
Coimbatore?
yes, I have.
Oh yeah, that is my dream to go there.
Yeah, mine too. I really tried
Yeah.
last time when I traveled, but
Yeah.
they didn't have any trainings at that point. So but next time.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I mean, every time I also visit India, there are so many relatives and family and other stuff to do that I don't get time to. But I heard they have some like 2 day, 3 day kind of
Yes,
stay where you can stay and you can eat there, you can sleep and
yes,
experience all their activities. So
yeah. I will
something
definitely
to,
do that next time because
yeah.
there's one where I usually go, so it's one close by.
Okay, okay, okay. That's good. So, what are your plans like? I mean, how are you managing? Like, because you're already working full time, you have a family, and then you're offering these sessions as well. So, how do you manage it? How do you balance it? And what are your future plans?
Um, yeah, I always find time for it since it's my passion, and that's also great with employers to give the opportunity. I mean, I can teach at work, and I offer open classes from time to time when there are events at work. So
Okay,
that's even a combination with my regular work, and then I teach not on a regular basis. It's I substitute because I cannot keep up with the regular every week or every Monday or yeah once a week or so. I don't want that, or I cannot handle that limitation. So I substitute, and then I can steer it myself depending on the workload and the family activities. So that's perfect. And then I also now are hosting a yoga retreat in Croatia. So that's
wow,
also, I mean, that needs a lot of planning. So that's good because then I can and plan it well into the calendar of the family
yeah,
and the other work. So
wow, that's amazing.
yeah,
Yeah.
so planning
So,
is key.
yes, of course, of course. You have to, and I think Sweden is really, really very famous, and also they do it very good. Everything, there's nothing spontaneous. Everything is planned and managed well, and then people are informed way in advance. Because I have seen, I'm seeing your Instagram stories, and you started scouting for the locations and a way ahead, like in the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's real planning.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, that's so good. That's so good.
Mhm.
And if you want to talk about say yoga, what is like the like most your most favorite part of practicing yoga,
Oh, that's a hard question.
or any favorite asan?
Um, I do really like flows and inversions. I like to be upside down for my own practice. So I like, and I really love to explore different kinds of um, yoga and teachers and styles. So but if I have to pick one, it's the some kind of vinyasa flow when you
Okay.
really find the flow and you just are totally absorbed and come to this moment of bliss when you're just into it very much. So you're just there and time just flies.
Yeah.
So I really love that.
Yeah. And also, I'm a little curious. Like, has I mean, from my personal experience, has yoga also helped in manifestation or achieving some of your goals in life?
Oh yes, I mean this with this yoga retreat, that's really a dream come true or a
Okay.
vision come true. Because when I took the teacher training, I didn't plan to teach at all. It was just for my own practice and my own.
I think it is 200 hours or something of practice, right, for
Yeah,
training?
yeah, yeah. So that was just to really induce myself in more and more and more yoga. But then I started to teach with some friends here, my neighbors, and they were very supportive and gave me feedback. And I was just, yeah, I really liked the yeah the experience and that feeling I gave to them. So in order to yeah transfer the feeling and the sense and the experience of yoga. So I was pretty soon hooked after just done those worst first class. I was super nervous, and
Yeah.
it's a bit sensitive also to be with your friend and to open yourself
Yeah.
and just be vulnerable and ask for feedback, because that was, yeah, that was not easy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, of course. Do you remember any incident? Because I just have my personal experience. I mean, I think it has been 3 or 4 years ago that I was freelancing and I was sitting a lot of sitting and working on the laptop, and my posture was not good. And then one fine day, it just happened that my whole like right side, like from shoulder to my one side, kind of I couldn't move. It was
Mm.
extremely painful. I couldn't go to washroom. I couldn't do anything. I was just on bed rest. And then, of course, I went to a doctor here, and they recommended physiotherapy. I did couple of sessions, but then luckily I got introduced to this yoga teacher, and within I think it was within couple of days, the pain reduced to such an extent that I was like, almost back to normal, and I couldn't believe. I was like completely shocked, that I mean, no, like I don't need any medicines or anything. This is the medicine, and this, and from that time, I have been very loyal to yoga. So, do you have any such extreme incidents you have witnessed which you would like to share?
Yes, I do have a woman. She used to come to my classes every week, at Volvo, and
Mm-hmm.
she had a knee injury. So she was
Oh.
very cautious, and she was like, "Oh, I don't know if I can do this." And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, she started off very cautiously, and she adapted her positions. And after some time, she said to me, "Yeah, now I can do everything now. I'm just taking it easy, and all these stretches for the rest of the body has helped me to reduce the pain and reduce the stiffness in my knee and the surrounding muscles around my leg." So she was not healed, but yoga really helped her to get
Yeah.
through the injury.
Yes.
So yeah, and that
Yeah.
happens. People come to me afterwards and say, I don't have this stiffness or this pain in my neck anymore. And so
Mm.
that's, if you just do
Yeah.
it carefully and you adapt, and
Yeah.
just challenge yourself a little bit, just to
Yeah.
a little bit of pain is not bad.
Yeah.
And just dare to challenge, then
Yeah.
it makes you
Yeah,
feel
of
better.
course. I mean, because I mean, there like there are few set of people who train their bodies, and they feel that only lifting weights, gives you a lot of results, and only maybe going to the gym or picking up dumbbells can give you that burn. But I mean, for those people, I would really like to tell them to try yoga, because I mean it also burns. I mean, some kind of stretches and some kind of asanas are meant for certain body groups, body parts, and it is very effective. I mean, I have lost weight. I have felt so much, and those I feel that the effects with yoga,
Mm,
like even if you say take a gap or take a break of say 30 days or 40 days, you can still feel the effects.
mm.
Whereas with other kind of physical activity, of course, any physical activity is good, but then if you stop it, I think the effect also stops. But this is like the beauty I feel with yoga, that you can start anywhere. You don't need anything. You just need a mat, I think, and you can just get started.
Yeah, any day,
Yeah.
anytime. And
Yeah.
yeah, and I think yoga is, I lift a lot of weight. I do a lot of weight
Hmm.
training in combination with yoga,
Yeah.
and I think
Mm.
that's really a perfect combination. And
Yes.
then along with long walks.
Yeah.
So that's, but I mean, you have to find your way
Mm.
and your what suits you and your life.
Definitely.
But yoga, and once you do the physical and you use your body as a weight, then it's, I mean,
Hmm.
it's really good enough to build some muscles and get toned as well, if that's what you want, and you can actually get that also even just from yoga.
Right. 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 And if right now, I mean, everybody has busy life, and especially, I mean, we are very blessed and very lucky. We don't have that much, fast life here in, especially in Gothenburg. But there are people who just say that they don't have any time to practice yoga or even to exercise for that matter. So, any advice would you like to give, which comes on top of your mind, for these kind of people to remove some time, and motivate them to do yoga or any kind of physical activity?
Yes, I mean, there's always 5 or 10 or 15 minutes that you can spare on a day. And if you just get
Mm-hmm.
that done, 15 minutes a day, or even five, then just be happy with what's being done. I mean, any yoga being done is the best yoga. So
Mm,
I mean, you can just do some stretches when you're in the kitchen waiting for your food to cook or your coffee to go through. It's you can do some
mm-hmm.
stretches and just start small, just or just close the door or and lock the door in the bathroom and just do some stretches. Just find those
Mm,
minutes there. It's available every day, just a few minutes.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, where there's a will, there's always a way, kind of. So you find the motivation, and I think once you start seeing the benefits, you automatically start getting drawn towards
Yeah.
yoga.
And I
Definitely.
mean, if you want to get hooked or you want to really find that, yeah, that's something to drive you,
Mm,
just start and do something every day, even though it's just 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Just get it going, and then you will faster and sooner see the benefits, and then you really want to do it. So just challenge
right.
yourself to get it done, and then you'll see it will come.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. So Anna, can you just share like your? Of course, I will mention your details in the description. But do you want to tell something to the audience? To if they can join you and how they can find you.
Yes, I'm mainly in Instagram.
Mm.
Oneyoga.se is my account, and I share my practice every Monday morning, usually at 6:30 a.m. So I teach a 15-minute class, and I've done that for
Okay.
a couple of years now. So all films are in my feed, and there's a short description of the class. It could be like stretch focus or power focus, or yeah, you can read it for yourself. So that I'm sharing in Instagram, and then I share also when and where I host and how you can get in contact with my retreats, and you can just send me a DM if you're interested. And also we're going to promote and start sharing about the yoga concert now,
Yeah.
and it's going to happen on November 9th.
Okay. That's awesome. Is it happening in Gothenburg?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Mm.
Wow. I'm excited then.
Mm, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Anna, for coming here today and sharing your wisdom and your experiences with us. Thank you so much. I really appreciate, and it was really fun conversation with you.
Yeah, you too. Thank you for
Yeah,
having me, and
of
thank you so
course.
much.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much. Bye. Have a
Yes,
nice day.
you too. Bye.